Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, and we will go straight over to those Bitcoin charts. So Bitcoin on the 4 hour, as you can see, this is obviously looking like a bull pennant. We will quickly during the potential levels. Well, I say a bull pennant. Obviously drawing them in here. You could draw this line. Well, not obviously there, but you could draw this straight, and it could look like a descending triangle. I am tempted actually to draw it that way. But that still is a flag. That is a flag, isn't it? So. Yeah, that's kind of what we've got going on in price action in this short term. And well, I call it short term, 4 hour time frame. But yeah, and it's not the daily, it's not the 12 hour, it's not the daily, it's not the 2 daily. But yeah, I think this is as good as I'm going to get it drawn on at the moment. So yeah, we've got a potential bull flag, stroke, or descending triangle, whichever way you want to look at it. Obviously at this mid-range resistance, we are pretty extended on this move. It's been pretty relentless, so that would obviously suggest that medium time frame oscillators are going to be a bit running hot, so they are going to be looking at some sort of a pullback at some point, and obviously some sideways to potentially down in price action. We'll actually get rid of these two trend lines now, just messing the chart up a little bit. You can see obviously the upwards trend line, we did break above it, and then yeah, but yeah. So what to expect this weekend? You guys that have been listening to me for a while, you pretty much know I expect ranging sideways action over the weekend, and even if it wasn't the weekend, I would pretty much expect ranging sideways action now. I actually think for the rest of the year and into early next year, we will probably just play in this wide range between 14 and just under 18k. Maybe some wicks below on daily basis. But relatively speaking, I think we're gonna spend a lot of the time in this range. That is my view. Obviously we have got to keep an eye on this though. Look at this for a closing price for the dollar. This is absolute decimation, isn't it, of the dollar? I know, like, you might look at it and think, well, we've only come from the top of the channel to the bottom, and that is correct. This again is just another example of a sort of a range that I just expect us to play in between, and we have played between this range, but it is looking like we are coming down pretty hard to the bottom of this level. Maybe we get a little bit of a bounce, but realistically you would expect this to have the momentum to blast us through, and then obviously we're in basically bandit territory down here. We're in no man's land, and realistically the only target is down in these 88s. And obviously if that happens, like I've said, Bitcoin will be at 20k plus. We won't be hanging around where we are. So on that basis, I'd kind of not expect us to come straight down here, on the basis that I do think that obviously Bitcoin's going to range, and if we do come straight down here, Bitcoin will be off to the moon. But yeah, that's trading. You're not necessarily going to know exactly which is going to play out. You just obviously got to be aware of what the outcomes are, if which scenario happens. But yeah, I do expect us not to capitulate straight through this level and straight down. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe a little bit of a bounce consolidation here, maybe even a little bit of a pullback, maybe even all the way up to 93s again, and then I do think we will get rejected and come down. Maybe back test this trend line at some point, which would be below 93, unless obviously it happens the next day, the next trading day. But yeah, I am looking for more weakness in this, but I think the market has basically shown its hand now, and it's basically dollar down. So now it will be a case of how exactly we make our way down to here. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it will just be one straight collapse. But if it is, then obviously that's Bitcoin upwards. But Bitcoin's still got a lot of room to move upwards here to 18k. That is still more than another $2,000. So we can still get the move down to around 90. 90 in the dollar index and still be well within this range, and then whilst there is no catch points in here, that does not mean we just come straight down. It just means that we don't really know the levels where we're going to bounce off and where we're going to consolidate, where we're going to pull back from, and what's going to happen. Obviously, you know my my views on forward check, back check, paycheck. So yeah, I mean, when we break its level, at some point I expect us to turn around, come back and back test, and then get it back and then bounce off that and come back down again. So yeah, again, I mean, that will just play into the whole ranging within this zone. So that is basically what I am looking at. Having a look at stock markets at their closes, I mean, very good close for the S&P, as you can see there. Nasdaq closed above 12k. Obviously a pretty important psychological level, but I would say basically 12,200 is basically over there is where we then start to get real acceleration. And to be honest, that's not far from that all-time high there anyway. But yeah, it's just taken out this high. But yeah, again, this is looking very strong. This is looking very strong. Obviously, we've got a bit of extra uncertainty inserted into the markets at the moment. So we've got to bear that in mind regarding the elections. So yeah, also Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. We've taken out this level now. We were obviously steaming up here. So this is the USD pairing. So it was unlikely we were not going to take out this level. And yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, all-time highs. What am I talking about? Recent highs of just this high here are in our sights, and then I think Ethereum will start to go nuts. Ethereum BTC as well. We have retaken our first important level that we've got drawn on here. So obviously this level is important here as well, and then obviously this level here we've got drawn here. But yeah, I mean, we're getting to the point now. We've taken out this trend line. Look, as you can see, we've got back into this larger channel here. We've taken out this horizontal. This is very constructive. And yeah, people are going to be getting a bit excited about this. Obviously, there's the whole 32 Ethereum staking business, Ethereum 2.0, and that can only be surely that's going to be a positive catalyst. Yeah, I mean, we can pretty much guess that. So yeah, come on, guys. Obviously, people looking at holding Bitcoin and sending it over to wrap Bitcoin over to the Ethereum network to then get involved in some DeFi. So that's obviously should be good for DeFi protocols, and also good for Ethereum, and good for Bitcoin, because it means people are going to then hold the Bitcoin and look for yield in the Bitcoin. sound like my grandma says things like the Bitcoin. Are you still involved in the Bitcoin? But yeah, BTCD, as you can see, yeah, we have had a nice pullback. I mean, like I said to you guys, this has still got some work to do before we are fully confirmed downtrend and alt season. I mean, as you can clearly see, I mean, even if you're doing a very aggressive trend line here, we haven't broke that trend line. But yeah, so still got work to do here. I think we will potentially come down to this horizontal, maybe consolidate, maybe things will turn around, we bounce off that and carry on upwards. I mean, this is what I mean by we're not in a confirmed downtrend. I mean, that is still a distinct possibility. But if we break this level, then yeah, I think we will head to this, and then things may start to gain some momentum then in people pumping into alts, especially with Bitcoin. I believe, and others I'm surely will potentially see us trading sideways in this range, because that is when alts obviously shine, when Bitcoin does trade sideways. I know recently that hasn't been the case, but there's obviously been this suck up into Bitcoin. But don't forget, I think there is, I have some friends, including my Tesla friend, my all-in Tesla friend, who is like, yeah, I might get some Bitcoin now. I mean, I've been telling him all along. I mean, you should be getting some Bitcoin. Obviously not financial advice, just friendly advice. Seeing as he's literally going all in Tesla, I mean, you might as well put some in Bitcoin if you're going to take that big risks. But yeah, and yeah, he is now got to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, I might buy some. He wouldn't buy it here, wouldn't buy it under 10k, wouldn't buy it at 10k, wouldn't buy it at 11k, wouldn't buy it at 12k, and now he's buying it. And that is anecdotal evidence. It's only one person, but I think anecdotal evidence is good for overall market sentiment. I think so. I believe. But yeah, so this is what we are looking at. Potential new money coming in, and the new money is what is going to enable Bitcoin obviously to well, hold its own and potentially go up, and alts potentially go up as well. Some of that money, new money coming into Bitcoin, will be sold into by people taking profits, and those people taking profits will then start to pump into alts, and then alts will start pumping. And yeah, I think we are on the cusp of obviously a good move in altcoins. I think we have just got to confirm the medium term end of this move up in Bitcoin, and just confirm we are just in a real sideways range. And then also this confirm it is actually in a downtrend again. And yeah, I mean, that I think will be it. Obviously the dollar also to break this level and start to make constructive downward action. I think things are looking good. Things are looking like like a perfect storm, but a good storm, a good one. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at gold and silver. Gold and silver. I mean, I just really want to see silver back at 28s. 28s. Once we get into the 28s, that's when I think everything switches around. People will start piling into silver again, and then we will just explode through 30. 28. I've been saying that for a while. 28 is the level. We haven't spent a lot of time there. Get back into 28s, hold 28s, and I think that'll be it. All bets will be off, and silver will be off to the moon. Gold as well. Gold, basically, the nice 2k level for gold. Just a nice psychological level. I think we'll just get people back interested. But just look at this gold chart. I mean, we never really were never really in much doubt here, were we, as to what was going on. This is obviously a daily. I mean, we can draw a trend line all the way here, but so there we go. But yeah, that is it, guys. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys later on today.